bought this BMW 5 Series back in 2005 for $62,000. Bought it brand new, and over the past 12 years, it has not disappointed me in any ways, especially performance. It currently has 150,000 miles on it, so it's been with me a lot. I spent a lot of money maintaining the car and also keeping the car up to date with repairs. But one thing I love is the driving dynamics. It still performs, even at 150,000 miles, it still performs like a BMW. And I think this is the best 5 Series that's ever made in terms of engine reliability and the quality. It was just amazing. This is a 2005 E60 model, 525i. So here are the 7 things I hate about my BMW. And by the way, I feel like these are minor things. I still love my BMW. Perhaps the car has deteriorated over the last 12 years. And the fact that I've aged over the past 12 years, I find little details more annoying. But overall, I still love this car. And if you're a BMW fan like I am, oh man, there's no better feeling than owning a BMW, because it is the ultimate driving machine. So let's get to the 7 things I hate about my BMW. There are 3 ways to open the trunk of this BMW 5 Series. There's a button on the remote control that you can push to activate, and it'll open the trunk for you. You can also open it from inside the car, or you can also open it by, once the car is unlocked, there's a little button that's hidden right below the lid of the hood. You pull in on that button and it will pop the trunk open. The problem is closing the trunk. This trunk, I think, is held open by a couple of springs, and then closing it takes a lot of force. It's just not as smooth as any other cars that I've owned, including a Honda Accord, which I've owned a long time ago. That one was really easy to close, but for some reason this BMW trunk is just hard. I mean, you really have to push down and slam on it, and there are times that I slammed it closed, but it actually popped open on me while I was driving. So I didn't find this annoying when I first bought the car back about 12 years ago, but now it's really annoying for me. It was something that I kind of overlooked. I was so into this BMW that I kind of overlooked this process, but it's getting really, really annoying. There are 2 cup holders in the front. There's 1 cup holder for the driver. There's the other one for the passenger. That's in the front. The cup holder is, as you can see, it pops out and it pops in if you don't use it. So it's out of the way of the driver or the passenger, but it's broken, as you can see. These 2 cup holders are basically broken. And so I always keep it closed now as just a decorative, just to kind of keep the car looking nice and clean, but it's no longer usable, especially the passenger one. The driver one, the cup holder for the driver is missing this little plastic that it was broke off when my wife, who usually is my passenger, knocked it for some reason broken, and she did the same thing to the other one as well. And so it looks kind of awkward when it's out, and it's kind of convenient in the sense that it's right where you want to pick up and put down your drinks, but it gets in the way, and it's just broken. I mean, you can't even use it anymore, and it looks terrible the way how it is. The climate and the entertainment system and a lot of the settings of this car is controlled through the BMW iDrive. 2004, 2005, especially 2004. This is the 2005, so starting from 2004 is when they switch over to this iDrive infotainment system, where a lot of the settings, the climate, are controlled through this iDrive with the knob. And my first 5-6 years of owning this car is amazing, just because the technology is new, and I really enjoy the iDrive. But lately, within the last 3 years, the iDrive is completely dead. And if the iDrive is dead, that means that your setting, your climate control, your music, it's all dead. And so and basically what it does now, it keeps cycling on and off as whenever I'm driving the car, it cycles on and off. So I'm going without a radio. I'm unable to reset my tire pressure monitor. I'm unable to reset my service interval. I'm unable to adjust my climate settings, so it's terrible. It's terrible. And I look into getting replaced, but at the cost of about $1,500 for a used one to $3,000 for a brand new one. It's not worth the price, and so I just have to deal with it. I carry around a Bluetooth speaker that I use to listen to music whenever I'm using this car, because it is still a great performance car that I don't want to sell. If you look at the dashboard, you'll notice that there's a whole bunch of lights that's on the dashboard, including the tire pressure reset light. You got some airbags light going on, and there's just a tons of lights. There are about 3 or 4 lights that's on, and I'm unable to reset this because of that damn stupid iDrive. And so I hate those lights. I guess I just have to deal with it for now. I don't even know if there's really a problem. I'm pretty sure there's a problem with the airbags, but I don't notice any problem. I think what they did is they kind of set the interval, so as soon as it clicks to 100,000 miles, then those airbags light came on, and that's exactly when it came on, around after 100,000 miles. And so it's pretty annoying. I hate it. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if there's any problem with my airbags, but the fact that it's on, implying that there's some problem, is annoying, and I don't want to bring it in to get it serviced. It's going to cost me like $300 or $400 for them just to inspect it. So at the price of this car now, that's just not worth it at all. To unlock the car, you have 2 options. There's a button on the remote control that allows you to unlock the car, or you can just insert the key and twist it unlock. This is a 2005. And so that's still very prominent, and this was the top of the line car. But over the years, the battery in my key fob has worn out, and the sad thing is BMW actually seal their keys, so you can't really like replace the battery or anything like that. If you want a new key, it's about $400 to get it at the dealership, and so I don't know if it's worth it for me to get a key now, the fact that this car is already 12 years old. And so I just have to deal with it. Every time I lock or unlock the door, I have to insert my key into the door lock to unlock or lock the door, and I find that extremely annoying. Yeah, there were some people that tells me, hey, you can get an aftermarket alarm system for like $200 to $300, but if I were to spend $200 to $300 on an aftermarket alarm system, then it's probably better just to get a key with the battery inside. And so I'm still debating. It's sad that they have to seal up the key. Why can't I just replace the battery? It's like a $3, $4 fix. This is ridiculous, BMW. Make it so that it's easier for us to change the battery. It's a simple task. We don't have to throw away our key just because the battery is dead. So I find that pretty annoying and very disappointing in BMW. Now, for some reason, I don't know if you own a BMW, you can maybe chime in and let me know what's going on. But within the last 4 years, my wife has been complaining about like engine smell. Sorry about that, that's my dog. My wife has been complaining about engine smell coming into the cabin. And it seems like it's seeping through somewhere, but this isn't the first BMW that she smells, and she also smelled it in like a 3 Series that her brother used to own, which was a pass down to her. She drove that for a while, and she also smelled that in a 3 Series. I'm not as sensitive as she is, so I don't smell it, but every time she tells me about it, I can smell it, and so she no longer drives this BMW for that reason. It's just not something that she can manage. And for her health, I mean, if it's for our health, if you can smell engine smells inside the cabin, that's pretty dangerous, because there's a lot of carbon monoxide that's entering through the cabin, and you don't want to breathe carbon monoxide. And so, but when I open the door, when I keep the door open, then I do smell that engine smell coming in, but she's able to smell it while the door is closed. That means that it is coming in somewhere. And I have checked, I've looked online, I don't see a lot of information in regards to engine smell coming into the cabin. And so if you have a BMW and you had that issue, let me know. I want to know that issue. I want to know if that's true, because I drive this car now, and the last thing I want to do is smell carbon monoxide, especially the fact that I drive around my daughter from time to time. Okay, so let me know. When I first bought this car, it came with a 19-inch wheel. It looks awesome, and look, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful set of wheels on this car. But over the years, brake dust has accumulated around the wheel, and I'm unable to clean the wheel. And so from far away, you don't notice it, but when you're up close and you're trying to maybe take a picture with the car, it stands out like a sore thumb, and you can see the dirtiness, and I can't clean it. I've tried many different solutions to try to clean those damn brake dust, but it's now stuck permanently to the wheel, and it makes the car look ugly, especially when it's really up close. But overall, this car still is an amazing car in terms of its driving dynamics. It still performs like a BMW, like it's supposed to. And so there you go.